Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Said I'm back up to periscope depth. Speriscope depth, whatever I was about to say there. Don't correct me, crewman. Oh, a little bit of lag. It's never a good thing. And see what the situation above the old surface is. Where we last left off, it was so stormy and rainy and gross, I couldn't target a damn thing, despite being quite literally in the middle of a convoy fleet. So let's see if our lot has improved.
New contact, merchant, moving fast.
Slowly get ourselves up to depth here. Alright, let's take a look. Absolutely not. This is still looking very bad. I mean, to the point where we still cannot target ships. Which sucks the big one. But let's go ahead. Actually drop down our periscope, and thankfully it is going down, and just see if we can't position ourselves into the fleet more, because that sounds like a good idea when you can't see where you're going. In all honesty, I mean, taking a look at it, we're really not going to be able to find as good a fleet within mission parameters as this one. So it just sort of makes sense to don't know why that's only happening in the map view. I guess it isn't. Are things going badly? I don't really think so. We're doing okay? Defiance?
Contact, merchant, moving fast, moving away.
We're doing fine. They don't know where we is. So anyway, yeah, like I say, this is like prime hunting grounds. So one of two things I guess we could do is just sort of stop and wait it out. Probably in that case, I would want to position my sub more sort of in that direction, and just wait for things to come along. Or we could try, I don't know what that's selecting, but it's something. Or we could try to actually stick with these guys and wait until the weather improves so we can actually target them. And honestly, I'm thinking the waiting is going to be our best solution here, because, yeah, following these guys is going to be a right pain. And who knows how long it's going to take for this weather to improve. So I think that's going to be the plan of action, is to just wait it out and come across the next group. Obviously, we've got time. It's October of... it's Halloween, and I think we've got until, when? February of next year. So, I mean, we got tons of time. That's not a concern. But obviously, let's just cut our engines and get rid of that. And you know what? We will drop back down. What I was hoping for, if I'm honest, is when I loaded up the save file, I was hoping that the weather was like completely randomized based upon load times. This is something I told myself could be possible. And so I was convinced that when I popped up, it would be different, but it isn't. This could just be me not having great luck, or it could be me completely misunderstanding things and realizing that weather is not random, which I'm fine with. It's better that way anyway. So let's just take a look. I'm pretty sure we're doing fine as far as damage, despite getting rammed. And our torpedoes are looking good. So we don't need to return to port, which is the other thing I was thinking we could do. Just head back to L'Orient. Or we could reposition down sort of in this area. But I have a feeling most of the fleets are going to be coming up through the north. If history is any lesson in that, and you know, I think it could be, because this is a historical simulator. Granted, it's not a simulation of World War II in general. It's a simulation of submarines, but hey, it's kind of the same deal. So I have a feeling that's where that destroyer is. And one thing I've never really experimented with is shooting off a torpedo from this depth. I don't know how that would work. Perhaps something to think about and attempt to do. But in the meantime, in between time, I think I'm just going to stop this long overdrawn intro and come back when I've got something a bit more exciting than crappy weather and no shots to show you guys. So I will see y'all in a bit. All right, so we've waited around a couple of days and we seem to have managed to get ourselves a warship contact here. Outside of visual range, but he should be coming nice and close up on us. So, getting ourselves down into periscope depth before, obviously, he can come along and see us.
New contact, merchant, moving slow, closing, bearing 343, long range.
Shut down diesel engines. Current depth 10 meters.
There's the destroyer, which is good, and there are the freighters, which is even better, because I don't want to just be hitting one destroyer and calling it a day. We could get these waves sorted out.
Moving slow, closing,
be
bearing
very helpful.
327, long range.
Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay.
Tracking new target.
Let's go ahead, bring this guy up. Make sure we get it nice and high.
Meters.
And I know, don't shoot on 3. But I've got a good feeling about this one.
New contact.
Let's not forget to warm up the warheads.
Closing. Bearing 345. Long range.
And now we're just going to wait for this destroyer to just saunter on into our trap. Now, I guess in reality, it probably would be a good idea to wait for a closer range shot. This is just... it's just so tempting. How could I not take this shot? You know what I mean? They're coming along. They don't even know what's going on.
2, 1,
Los. All right. So with that destroyer about to be hit, these guys are going a whopping 10 knots. Can we get a visual contact on them? We kind of can, but I have a feeling they're still going to be a bit too far out. And it looks like we got another destroyer
Closing. Bearing
right up there. Let's go ahead and bring down our periscope so we don't get spotted and see what happens here. No evasive maneuvers from the destroyer.
New contact, warship, moving slow, closing, bearing 7, long range.
And that torpedo is coming in. Slowly but surely. Let's see if we can pick up the wake somewhere here. There it is. Oh, that's a good hit. Provided it doesn't go underneath.
Torpedo impact.
And it does not. Unfortunately, we didn't take the front off. But we certainly did some damage. And I like doing damage. Alright. Let's move. Get ourselves into position here.
62. Returning.
New contact, warship, moving slow, constant distance, bearing 8, long range.
All stop.
By taking that guy out of the picture, we've given ourselves a nice gap
New waypoint.
to actually go ahead
315.
New contact,
and get in
warship,
here.
moving
Now,
slow,
ho ho ho
closing,
ho!
bearing 317, long range.
Current depth 20 meters. All stop.
The amount of escort ships here is impressive. And I believe we narrowly missed, in my time compression glory, a freighter somewhere along the way. But now, oh my, now are we ever spoiled for choice here, aren't we? Alright. Let's go ahead, increase speed, maybe not. That's not exactly the best shot anybody could line up here. But we'll just go a little bit ahead. Why not launch it? Who knows what it'll hit, if anything. Oh, hello. Aren't you close? Let's get our rear tube up. And yeah, if we just leave it like this, eventually this guy will come into range. That's right, little freighter. Nothing to be afraid of here. It was horrible. I stand by it, though. I make horrible jokes. If you do not enjoy it... Yeah, we're good. We got a hit on that blind fire. I like it. And in 3, 2, 1... Los! That guy's going to get hit, too. How good of a hit was that? Not entirely sure. We can spin around and find out. Well, he is on fire. So, I mean, you know, that's generally a good thing when you want to destroy a ship. You put it on fire. That was a good hit. And these escorts are clueless as to what to do. Let's just go ahead and move ourselves up a little bit here. All right. And yeah, I'm fairly confident. Let's just take a look at this hole. Yeah, thanks for the autosave. Hopefully, it actually does save. I've noticed with the autosaves, doesn't always necessarily mean that it's saved. So we got 2 good holes and 2 freighters here. They should, you know, sort of fix themselves up. Oh, that doesn't look like a bad ship to sink, does it? Well, I mean, in all actuality, none of these ships look like bad ships to sink. We just got to make sure. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, let's go ahead and get up our actual tubes. And we might need to boost speed on this guy. Just to be able to get this shot to go.
Bearing 113.
Yeah, it should work out. Right, I mean, that's not exactly on target, but it's going to be close. And, you know, considering we already got one blind fire that was a hit, I have a feeling if we actually aim, and why not? Let's warm up the tubes on this guy, too. Come on, come on, come on. And... Los. Okay, I want to check on something here. Please bear with me. Alright, sorry about that. But, I think with all the F12 pressing, it sort of moves around my fraps indicator of if it's recording or not. And the first time it moved from the left-hand corner to the right-hand corner. Not a big problem. I can put up with it. I can survive. But the second time it completely disappeared. So in that case, I don't have any visual indication as to whether it's recording or not. And that is not a good thing. Okay, let's go ahead and try and keep pace with these guys here. And we can definitely see at least one of these destroyers is taking an interest in us. So let's try and get up into here. I realize, of course, that I'm doing this my periscope up, I do believe. Yes, I am. Not the safest way to be maneuvering yourself around a transport fleet. That is for true. But, I'm doing it anyway. Alright, that is the fastest we're going to be able to go for these little torpedoes. So hopefully we'll be able to catch up to this freighter here. Just a little guy. Still wouldn't mind sinking it. And hopefully we can get a shot off with one of our tubes. I think we should be able to catch this guy. Granted, we are maneuvering underwater. There we go, that should help us. Keep course with this guy. Maybe kick up the speed to a head full. At this stage, I'm not concerned about running out of battery power. I just want to sink ships. That's my goal in life. Well, in this digital life, anyway. How fast is this guy going, anyway? 13 knots, so he is definitely moving. Alright then, what if we cut our engine power, drop down the torpedo speed, fire it like that. Now granted, this guy may be pulling some evasive maneuvers to try and avoid us, but I'm thinking that that's going to be a fairly successful shot. We got 4 ships on fire, I believe? 3 or 4. Yeah, he may be pulling some dicey maneuvers. Yeah, avoiding that torpedo, but does that ship know? Does it? I'm not sure it does. Oh, come on, that's got to be close enough. You've got to be kidding me. As the French say, qu'est-ce que les fuck? Pardon my French. Alright. Well, we got another destroyer taking interest in us here. And Guntram von Babenberg doesn't really appreciate that. So let's just see. It's going to be another one of these tricky ones. Which I don't really understand why, but you know what?
New contact, merchant, moving slow.
I guess what I'm just going to do is wait for the 1 to line up with the 1 since I missed my shot on 2. Although, really, considering the path of this ship, it should just... Like, I'm going to imagine that it should just all line up. Everybody should be happy. And, it looks like it's just going to go right down the middle of this ship. So, really, I bet you, I could just let her rip.
Set to 1 meters.
I'm not going to be that hasty. We've had luck with that today so far. I don't want to push it. Let's just speed up the time a little bit. A little bit more. Okay. So we just got to get this lined up like so. Wait for it in 3, 2, 1. Los! I guess I should be counting that in German. I do know 3, 2, 1, so, you know. I guess I could do that. Let's just see if this is going to be... I have a feeling that's going to be a fairly good shot. Yeah! Yeah, it was. Oh, my word. That's what I always love to do. You want to sink a destroyer, cut it in 2. Did not intend for that to rhyme. But I guess I'm just a poet. So can we pull an about face here quick enough?
Half speed ahead. We have a task force.
No, we cannot.
3, 1, 5.
That is a shame indeed. Okay, so how do I want to position myself for that run? I don't. We want to go that way.
We have a task force inside bearing 1.
Yeah, dude's hunting me down now. Here's what I say to you, sir. Good day. Alright, let's scope out the damage we've done. We've got the destroyer down there. We've got 1 freighter. Well, no, that's the second destroyer. The other freighters, I'm hoping that we've lit on fire at least, should, at the very least, be starting to slow down.
All stop.
One would imagine anyway. Let's go back up to periscope depth.
Torpedo missed, sir.
Which torpedo? Oh, I know what torpedo missed. Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and get our front tubes loaded. We have exhausted our supplies on the rear tubes. So we can only aim forward. Which, considering my position at the moment, not really the best position to be in. So let's drop down the periscope, make sure it is indeed going to come down, and then just sort of try and be sneaky about this, guys.
Slow speed ahead.
See if we can't avoid their patrol boats.
Closing. Bearing 149.
Alright, we
Medium
should be
range.
safe to take it
Slow
up to
speed
speed
ahead.
2.
New contact. Warship moving slow. Moving away.
And
Bearing
it certainly looks like
4.
we've
Long
avoided
range.
the patrols behind us. We've got a guy way down there coming in to join the fun. These guys are still going 10 knots. Well, that guy's going 3 knots. I have to assume he's got a hole in him. I have to assume all these guys going 3 knots have a hole in them. So, what we can do is sit around and wait for these, you know, so-called perfectly fine ships to move on ahead where we can pick off the remaining freighters that are on fire. One thing I do want to do, while I've got a little bit of time, is to just check on the damage of these guys, see what the status is, and if they're anywhere near sinking. With gigantic holes in fire like this, one would hope that they're getting close. And that guy doesn't look too bad. Still happily floating, though. In
New
fact,
contact.
all of these
Warship
guys
moving slow. Moving away. Bearing 299.
look like
Long
they're
range.
still feisty, happy freighters. Oh, no. This guy does not look like a feisty, happy freighter. This guy looks like a very damaged and sinking freighter. So, on the bright side, yeah, we got one that's at least listing
All stop.
and is, you know, very likely going to sink. These other two, though, yeah, they got a bit of a list. At least that guy does. And as does this guy. Okay. So they are damaged. This much we can all agree on. The only concern is, are they going to... I mean, we are relatively far out. Yeah, man, we're far out. So their ability to make it back to port... Well, I guess we're not that far out. But their ability to make it back to port in their condition, I'm going to guess, is pretty minimal. One thing I do want to check here, while I'm looking, we're at 74% battery power. We are doing just fine. So I guess let's just press on ahead then. And
Course 3.
we'll go
Return
to-
speed ahead.
uh,
Minimum speed ahead.
rather not draw attention to myself from that escort ship. I have no idea what these freighters are doing, but, I mean, I guess it does help them, or help them stay alive, because I don't really know who to shoot at here.
2
We are going to shoot at him, though. I have a feeling that was a miss. Yeah, it was. Still, oh, hello, big boy.
New target.
It's a bit too quick, isn't it? All right, let's kick up our speed.
Half speed ahead.
I'll take a shot at that. Because that guy is looking like a much bigger ship than the other one that I shot at. And it's a broadside shot. So broadside shots, from my limited nautical understanding, are always
New
the shots you want
contact.
to take.
Merchant moving slow. Constant distance. Bearing
'Cause it's
289.
much more
Medium
difficult.
range.
Torpedo impact.
For a ship to avoid a shot coming in right on them. Now, of course, there's your typical, it blew up, but it doesn't look like it did any damage. And this,
All stop.
just for the record, This is a Canadian ship because of the emblem that's on the flag. If it doesn't have this emblem of the, what do we got? The flag of England, Scotland, Ireland, and the fleur-de-lis of France, it is not a Canadian ship. If it's just a red flag, that is the naval ensign, and it would be a merchant marine ship of the British Empire or the Commonwealth or what have you, but this is indeed a Canadian ship. So, you know, these things come up from time to time in this series. I just wanted to make sure we could clarify that one. Okay, so this guy is looking like he might be just kind of sitting there now. And, man, I don't know. One would assume shooting between 1 and 2 would be good.
Firing tube 3.
I have a feeling that's just going to miss.
Torpedo impact.
But it didn't. It hit. So let's scope this out. And again, doesn't look like we did any damage to this guy.
Tube 1. Ready.
He's definitely stopped. So let's put it a bit deeper, maybe.
Depth set to 2 meters.
Let's not have it at 6 kilometers.
Tracking new target.
The ship thingy. All right. Well, again, you're not moving,
Firing tube
so
4. Torpedo.
all right. Well, that's 3 torpedoes we've hit this guy with. I'm going to have to assume that that's enough to sink it because, well, we got smoke coming out now. This should be a dead ship, which is good because it's a very big ship. I don't know how long I've been pumping torpedoes into a dead ship. Forgive me. But let's take a look. Really doesn't look like that's moved that much. Granted, you know, it's 2 destroyers, which aren't going to be that weighty. But this guy right here should have, you know, it should be worth a lot. I'm not sure why it isn't. Let's go ahead and scope out the rest of this convoy just to see how our damage is doing. Definitely listing. Definitely listing. Gotta have some more around here. Did they already go under, perhaps? We got 2 on fire there. Not really any other on fire ships. So, okay. Well, not entirely certain why these guys aren't counting for much, but what I do know is that the old Defiance is running low on fuel and weapons. So,
new waypoint, course 79.
let's set a
Returning
course.
New waypoint, course 78. New waypoint, course
For Brest.
43.
Why Brest? Well,
New waypoint,
'Cause we
course 31.
let's set a course for Lorient. Why Lorient? Because that pathway into Brest there looks even tighter than the pathway into Lorient. And,
New waypoint, course 9.
you know, I know we're all familiar
New waypoint, course
with what can happen
0.
when entering
New
ports
waypoint, course
and leaving ports.
354.
So let's just go ahead, get out of this situation.
New
Torpedo missed,
contact.
sir.
Warship move slow.
Go ahead, get on. Okay, so yeah, so we got another one that dropped.
0 long range.
And again, it doesn't look like it moved much. But, I mean, theoretically, that should help. These are all in the right position. So I'm just going to assume that they weren't all that big. And I can't really see the change in whatchamacallits. Yeah, that seems like a good sentence. All right, guys, I'll be back when we get to Lorient. Sit rep. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, so our hull integrity is actually at 23%. I'm not sure when that happened. Perhaps it was all the ramming that's finally caught up to us. I don't know. That would make sense, I guess, in my head. What's really concerning me, though, is the CO2 level. So we can see the CO2 level is rising drastically. It's not good. What's confusing me is we're on the freaking surface. So I'm not sure really how the CO2 levels are rising.
Shut down these engines. Current
But
depth
they are.
10 meters.
So let's just give that a try. Okay, we're obviously back up on the surface. And we're good. I'm going to assume Dieter is somehow damaged. Or otherwise incapacitated, which is why he's not taking his spot on the conning tower. Let's go find out. Dieter, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're doing fine. Why aren't you taking your position on the surface? Alright, well, so basically my concern here is if the CO2 keeps rising, despite, you know, all reasons why it shouldn't, I mean, the freaking hatch is open, the buildup of CO2 doesn't make any sense.
Half speed ahead.
Yeah, if it builds up before we get back to port, which I'm going to be honest with you, it is, I'm kind of concerned. I don't know if the crew is going to make it. So we're just going to go balls to the wall, crazy speed.
Extreme speed ahead.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And let's just keep an eye on this. So we're 30% CO2. It's not a good thing. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know what to do about it. I just have this feeling that the ship doesn't know that it's on the surface, even though it very clearly is on the surface. So I don't know what to do about that. Hopefully we make it back alive is really all I'm thinking. Because the temptation to have to reload the level is, yeah, it's not really there. It might come as a shock to people. But, yeah, I don't really want to have to redo that. Granted, you know, it doesn't even seem like we did that much in the way of accomplishing a mission, but, you know, I just want to get back to port. So I'll be back when we either make it or we die. All right, with CO2 levels reaching 51% of the air we're breathing, we've made it back. Let's end this patrol. We need some serious repairs.
All stop.
We need fresh torpedoes. We need a full tank of fuel. We need a lot of things. Maybe even some upgrades, although I doubt they're around. What's up?
Half Cologne.
Yeah. I want to choose my loadout.
Sure thing.
Thank
what
you.
do you have in mind?
Equip those old-fashioned steam torpedoes that work so well, would you? Thanks.
Sure.
got no new
What do you
weapons
want?
to
Sure.
worry about?
What do you want?
I don't imagine we do. Don't imagine we've got any new sensors, and our camouflage, if you touch this...
Yes, Captain. You won't recognize your girl when I'm through with her.
I want to, alright? Don't freaking give me that laugh. If I come out and it doesn't have my emblem or the tiger stripes, I swear. Dead eyes.
Welcome back, Heck.
My orders.
Congratulations, Captain.
Yeah, thanks. Get rid of these tooltips yet again. Alright, let's request this mission. That looks like we've actually got a mission to do, which is strange. CO2 is over 10%. How is that possible?
Welcome back.
Let's start the new patrol. Whew. It's hot. Not as bad as yesterday, though. It was plus 35 degrees Celsius, which is somewhere in the hundreds for you American folk out there. Damn, that's hot. That is freaking hot. It's just not fair in a country where, you know, 6 months from now it's going to be minus 35. It's a big swing. Minus 35 to plus 35? It's insane.
Returning to course.
All stop.
Submarine sighted.
All right.
It's one of ours. Bearing two.
Get our
5,
freaking
2.
periscopes
speed
down,
ahead. All
please.
stop.
No, we can postpone that. Thank you. What? Oh, yeah, we're just in shallow water.
Shut
Okay.
down
Ship
diesel
sighted.
engines.
Bearing
Ahead
8,
slow,
3.
lads.
Minimum speed ahead.
It's looking nice and crisp now that it's winter. What day is it anyway? November 20th. So, you know, it's nice. It's a little wintry. Should have some nice ice build up on other ships out in the harbor here. And while we're doing this little maneuver, yeah, I mean, it really to me looks like those ships we sank didn't count for anything, which really makes me frustrated. Because then it's like, well, what was even the point? What was the point of all that? Other than apparently to get my sub very damaged. Alright. Give me... Thank you. We'll go to
Capital
about
ship sighted. Bearing
there
6.
and... No! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Returning
Whoa!
to course. New waypoint.
Just like
Course
that.
48. New waypoint. Course 23.
Submarine sighted. It's one of ours. Bearing 5, 4.
That's a
New
little close,
waypoint.
isn't it?
Course 63.
Is that the submarine we
New
spotted?
waypoint. Course 44.
Okay.
New waypoint.
Should have us
Course
safely out here.
74.
Still going nice and slow. Good.
New waypoint. Course 74.
Clear. Let's go patrol. And
New
apparently
waypoint.
sink something
Course
there.
92.
Alright, well you guys don't need to see me leave this port yet another time. Well, we can kick it up to
Slow
speed too.
speed ahead.
I will be back when we find something interesting. Or, much more likely, we run aground. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we safely made it out, but one thing that I do need to do is figure out where I'm going to throw all these promotion points. So I know where I'm going to stick 3 of them. Alright, cook. It's important. Oh, I guess that's where we stuck all of them. You know what? We'll survive. But now we got real good meals coming our way. So, it's a good thing. Alright. This time we'll really be back when we get something actually exciting and not just upgrading a cook. Alright, so we made it out to our little patrol area. And I'm going to show you guys how I go about doing the patrols. Because I don't know if I've done this before. Get turned around. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to 0
All
speed.
stop.
Ah, yes, a beautiful day out on the open ocean. Isn't that nice,
Yes,
Dieter?
sir.
It sure is. Okay, well, we got crew on the deck. That means we at least know we're on the
Periscope depth.
surface. Let's go ahead and hit periscope depth. And go see Benno. What's going on, sir?
Engage electric motors. Current depth 10 meters.
So what we'll do is just a quick pass. Make sure we don't have contacts with anything. And we don't. Alright. Surface the ship.
the boat.
Let's continue.
Half speed ahead.
So basically, at every point, and depending on the
Recharging
size of the
batteries.
lines, kind of like this,
All stop. Periscope depth.
get us down. Perfect.
Engage electric
This is
motors.
basically
Current
how I
depth,
patrol.
10 meters.
And we're clear. So yeah, that's it. When I say, hey, I'll be back when something exciting
Surface
happens,
the boat.
generally this is what I'm doing. So
Half speed ahead.
there you go. There you have it. That's History Nerd's little secret to Silent Hunter 5. I don't even know if it's a secret. And to be
Recharging
perfectly
batteries.
honest,
All
I don't
stop.
even know if it's a
Periscope
good way to
depth.
go about doing these patrols, but
Engage
it's
electric
certainly
motors.
how I do them. So, if you out there happen to know a better way to do them, by all means, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And yeah, I'm not going to bore you guys with any more of this. So, oops. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this little patrol up, and if there's nothing exciting that happens, I think we're going to go ahead and end the video there. So you know what? We might as well. We might as well just do this real time. You guys can get it as much enjoyment out of this game as I get. And by the way, if this is not something that you enjoy doing, just randomly sailing around, it's probably not the game for you. But of course, most people here watching this already know about this game, already play it, so, you know, at least that's the assumption I make. I could be totally wrong on that. But yeah, we got nothing out here. And so, here's one of the things, one of my little pet peeves with this game. And believe me, for as much fun as I have with this game, I've got a lot of pet peeves with it. But these random little missions that pop up, right? So it's like, patrol this specified area. Okay, it's out of my mission scope. It's out of both of... Well, no, I guess it's in range of that. But it's not within range of the mission that I'm assigned to. It's outside of it. So basically, any ships that I sink while patrolling this area probably don't count towards the final objective of the Western Approaches, which is a little counterintuitive, especially since this little patrol marker doesn't go away until I sink a ship. Alright, let's get spun around. Beauty. Stop. Drop. Oh, I hit 0 to stop. That's not going to stop me. That will stop me, though.
Shut down diesel
We're under.
engines. Current depth 10 meters.
And we got nothing. We got nothing.
Surface the boat. Half speed
Hit
ahead.
speed 3. Let's finish this up.
Recharging batteries.
Beauty.
All stop.
We're reaching
Periscope
course
depth.
end.
Engage electric motors.
Go, now we're
Current
safely
depth,
under.
10 meters.
And we got nothing. We got nothing on the board. This specific area where we're supposed to patrol, pretty useless. Useless patrol. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.